Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our first lecture from our course on how to create amazing webinars for free. That means absolutely for free without paying for webinar platforms or other expensive stuff like that. Okay, so this is recommended for people who are just starting out, who practically don't want to invest so much money in the beginning in paying for a webinar platform, because the costs can be pretty big, but they want to start out, they want to test webinars, they want to see how it works, they want to hold webinars from time to time, okay, for their businesses, for personal branding or other stuff like educational purposes, sales pitches and other stuff like that. Okay, so let's dive into the information. First of all, let's have a look at the price comparison for paid webinar platforms, because this is why I've practically discovered this method or wanted to test this method to see if you can practically hold webinars for free, because the costs can be pretty big if you add month after month after month, and sometimes you don't even have webinars, okay, or you don't even record webinars, or you practically don't need that platform, but you still have to pay for it every single month. Okay, so here we have three of the biggest webinar platforms that are out there, that are paid webinar platforms. Obviously, they have very good very good features. I highly recommend them to you if you use webinars already at a professional stage. Okay, if you practically are already earning a lot of money out of this, so yeah, in that case you should probably use one of these platforms. But if you are just starting out, you probably want to save your money, okay, to bootstrap, and you want to invest your money in the thing that brings the most value to your business. So here is a price comparison. First of all, we have AnyMeeting, which is a pretty huge webinar platform. It's pretty good. I actually used AnyMeeting back a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when it was still forever free. That's how they said back then, that it was still forever free, but in the meantime they turned it to paid. But no worries, if things work out for them, that's okay. So the price for AnyMeeting is starts from $78 per month for 200 attendees. You have registration forms, obviously, and you also have recording for your webinars. Then we have Click Webinar, which in my opinion has a better interface than AnyMeeting. Okay, it's more user-friendly, to say so. The price starts at $79 for 100 attendees, which is actually a better price than for most of the platforms, but it's like an average. It's worse than for AnyMeeting, as you can figure out. It has registration forms and landing pages, which is okay, reminders, which is okay, and also it records your webinar, which is okay, because in the future you may want to use your replay of the webinar. And then we have GoToWebinar, which is probably the most popular out of all of them, and it's one of the platforms that top internet marketers in the world are using right now, because it's the most efficient, actually. Okay, it has been battle tested for a long time now, and that is why probably most of the people are using it, because it has the fewest errors, it works the best most of the times, it has the best reminder system and a lot of other features. It's priced also at $79 for 100 attendees. You have registration forms, you have reminders, which is very important. So people that have probably want to promote your webinar maybe 1 or 2 weeks ahead, and people that sign up in the first few days, they even forget till the day the webinar is held, so they need to get email reminders from the platforms, so they don't forget about the webinar. They are in constant contact with you all the time, okay, and they get reminded to enter on the webinar by the date the webinar will actually start and will be held. Okay, so it has registration forms, it has the reminders, and it also has recording of your webinar. For more information about other platforms and a more complex comparison of all these paid platforms, you can enter on this website that you have right here. Okay, and you will see more platforms, you will see other details related to them, and a more complex comparison. Now I wanted to show you also that there are other possibilities too. For paid platforms, you have one-time payment. That means you only pay once when you access the service, and then you can use it forever. And you have yearly options, so platforms when you pay an yearly fee. And obviously, from a financial standpoint, if you take a whole year, these platforms are more advantageous, obviously, okay, and they have more benefits. So first of all, we have Webinar Jam, which is actually developed by two very big internet marketers, very big names in the internet marketing industry. Okay, one of them is Andy Jenkins. Probably some of you guys heard about him. The price for this platform is $397 per year. That means $400 per year. It has a very cool registration forms and landing pages and other stuff like that, reminders. So it's much more complicated and oriented towards marketing than the other type of platforms that are out there. Okay, like GoToWebinar, who is very popular, doesn't have the type of landing pages or registration forms that Webinar Jam has. Okay, it has promotional apps integrated with it. For example, if you hold a sales pitch through a webinar, you can have you can add scarcity at the end, okay, with a limited time offer and payment buttons and special offers and other stuff like that. Okay, and it also has recording. Then you have Webinar Ignition, on the other hand, for which you pay $99 one-time fee, and you have like 3 or 4 different versions. It's based on Google Hangouts, and you will see that actually about Google Hangouts we will talk more in this course. It has a registration, it has recording too, it has awesome landing pages too. It also has some promotional apps integrated because it's also more oriented towards marketing purposes. Now we have the free alternative. Actually, this is the thing that we will use to create our practically our free webinar page, okay, or free webinar platform, to say so. Okay, we have Google Hangouts. Now, what is Google Hangouts? Google Hangouts is Google's platform for live video streaming, meetings, for example, video calls or one-to-one meetings, and web conferences, maybe inside a company, inside of a team, okay, from people between people from different countries. Okay, it's actually a very popular service of Google, but a lot of people don't utilize it or don't know about it or underutilize it. Okay, but this is the thing that we will use for our own webinar platform, to say so. Okay, and it's actually pretty cool. Now, obviously, it has advantages and it has disadvantages. The main advantage is that it's free for us. Okay. Also, it's live streamed on YouTube, which can be a huge advantage. It's practically like having your own TV show. So your webinar will actually be also like a TV show. It's recorded. Why? Because YouTube records automatically your live streaming. Okay, and it will practically it will remain there on YouTube till you want to get it off. Okay, so it will remain there forever if you want to. Okay, and you can get like organic traffic from YouTube and Google and other things like that. So it has some benefits. And probably another very big advantage is the fact that you can have unlimited attendees or viewers. So you are not limited, for example, like to GoToWebinar to 1,000 attendees. Okay, you can have 5,000 if you want to. You can have even 10,000 viewers in the same time. Some of them actually watching your Google Hangout in the Google Hangouts app. Some of them watching you on YouTube. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Now, obviously, there are some disadvantages. You have like no registration forms, so you have to set up all the registration stuff by your own. Okay, you have to set up your emails, you have to send the reminders to people, you have to set up a landing page and other things like that. You need a Google account to participate in the actual Hangout conference. So obviously, you as the creator of the webinar will have a Google account. You will create the Google Hangout, okay, using the Hangouts app. But for other people, in order to jump in on the app with you, okay, maybe like a co-presenter, a co-host, or other people that can enter the live question and answer session in the actual Hangout, they need also to be inside their Google account, okay, and to enter in the Hangout. which is a little bit messy. It gives you delays. Okay, sometimes it has errors, so that can be a disadvantage. Also, another disadvantage is that it has some small delays, a couple of seconds to up to 10 seconds. So from the moment you speak to your audience, okay, or you are showing them a slide, they will see it delayed with approximately 10 seconds. Okay, so you have a small delay, which also can be a small disadvantage, let's say. But on the other hand, it's free. You can have unlimited number of viewers, so it has a lot of big advantages, and it's a very, very good tool to start with. Now, thank you guys very, very much for your attention. In our next video, we will dive into more details about how to use this in our advantage and to create like our own webinar page or webinar small platform, to say so. Okay, obviously all for free. Thank you guys very much for your attention. Sorin here. I will see you in our next video.